Well, y'all know what it could be. Okay. You know, I know Miss Kathy's talked to y'all a little bit, and so has Camden about Balaam and his donkey. But when Camden decided to give up children's church, she said to me, she said, would you help Miss Kathy do this, especially since Miss Kathy's going to be going through her treatments. And I said, gosh, I'll try. So I began praying, Lord, if I'm going to do this, you're going to tell me what to say, because I just couldn't, in my mind, come up with anything. And as I've told you before, being up here before y'all makes me nervous. Well, there's two things happened. The Lord gave me some subjects that I felt like that he wanted me to talk about, and he took away the nervous part. I'm okay sitting in front of you guys, and I'm looking forward to it on Sundays. And I are going to try to switch up and do the Sundays. So one of the reasons that we did the donkey sound this morning was to get everybody's attention, because me sitting up here doing children's church with these kids, that's one job. But every single one of you back there has got a job, and that is to listen to what I'm saying, because the devil could use me very easily and have me to tell these kids something that's not true. So you guys, I need y'all to pay attention and listen. And if there's something that I say that's not biblical, I need you to tell me after church, so I'll make sure I don't say it again or I lead these kids astray. So everybody here is a part of children's church, okay? Okay. So you figured out that that's a dying donkey, maybe, but it's a donkey. And that's what we're going to talk about this morning a little bit, is about Balaam and his donkey. Many times throughout the Bible, the Lord uses, or God used, animals to get our attention or to draw our attention to something. How many of you, other than when you've heard the Bible story, has ever heard of a talking donkey? Does anybody ever heard? You ever been out in the field and seen a donkey talking to anybody? No, that's not likely to happen. That's not likely to happen. So in the Bible, God used a donkey to make a man named Balaam stop and listen. But the thing about it, that's the story I've always heard until I started studying up on this a little bit. And I found out that there was a reason that Balaam was on that road that day with his donkey. The Moabites were really afraid of the Israelites, who was a large and powerful group of people. So the Moabites' king said to Balaam, I want you to go and put a curse on those Israelites. Now, a curse is like, you've probably seen different TV shows or whatever when they're talking about witches and stuff, and they put curses on people. Well, that's a true thing. I mean, witches are true. They're real. And that's kind of what this was like. He wanted Balaam to go over to the Israelites and put a curse on them to make them maybe all die, swivel up like a cucumber or whatever. He wanted them a curse put on them. So God said, I'm not going to let this happen. I'm not going to let this happen. I'm going to send something to get Balaam's attention. Now, what we're going to do right now, Miss Jennifer is going to show us a little bit of a video, because sometimes that helps us better understand what we're talking about. Miss Jennifer?
A long time ago, there was a man named Balaam. He was a prophet, which meant he could talk to God. One day, some men from a king named Balak came to Balaam. They asked Balaam to come and curse God's people, the Israelites, because Balak was afraid of them. Balaam asked God what to do. God told him, no, don't go with them, and don't curse the Israelites, because they are my special people. So Balaam told the men he couldn't go. But Balak was persistent. He sent more important men and promised Balaam lots of treasures if he came. This time, Balaam really wanted to go. So he asked God again. God said, "You may go, but only say what I tell you to." So Balaam got on his donkey and started the journey. But something strange happened. As they walked, Balaam's donkey saw an angel standing in the road with a sword. Balaam couldn't see the angel, but the donkey could. The donkey was so scared that she turned off the road and ran into a field. Balaam was angry. He hit the donkey and made her get back on the road. They kept going, but the angel appeared again. This time, the road was narrow, and the donkey tried to squeeze by, but she crushed Balaam's foot against the wall. Balaam got even angrier and hit her again. Then, for the third time, the angel appeared in an even tighter place. The donkey couldn't move at all, so she just lay down. Balaam was furious and hit her with his stick. And then something amazing happened. God made the donkey talk. "Why are you hitting me?" the donkey asked Balaam. "Haven't I been a good donkey all these years?" Balaam was so surprised that he talked back to the donkey. "You've made me look foolish. If I had a sword, I'd kill you right now." Then God opened Balaam's eyes, and he finally saw the angel standing in the road with a sword. The angel said, "Why have you hit your donkey? She saved your life. If she hadn't stopped, I would have killed you." Balaam was sorry. He told the angel, "I didn't know you were there. I'll go back if you want me to." But the angel said, "Go, but only say what God tells you to." So Balaam went to King Balak, but instead of cursing the Israelites, he blessed them because that's what God told him to do. Lesson for children. Sometimes we don't understand why things go wrong, but God has a bigger plan. We should trust him, just like Balaam learned to trust God.
How's that, kiddos? Do you understand just a little bit more of what happened in the Bible? And, you know, what the Bible said and what's been showed here is the truth. There was a talking donkey, but only through the power of God. The highlights of this story is the importance of listening to God and how God can use anything as an instrument for his glory. Okay? And this is kind of totally unplanned. Brother Jeff, would you come up here, please? And Josh and Cody, let's see, I guess, are they both here or neither would? Yeah, would you boys come up here for a second? What I'd like for us to do, Brother Jeff, is have the children gather around and you anoint Josh and Cody standing in the for Kathy. We've not discussed this with you, but what we'd like to do is let the kids gather around you too. If y'all would, sit right here on the bench. And, I'm sorry, Steve. And we're going to ask Jeff to anoint you. And we're going to pray for Miss Kathy. Michael, you want to be the one to pray for Miss Kathy over this? Kids, come on. Can I hold your hand? There we go. As most of you know, Miss Kathy's had a rough week. She's not doing well. So, boys, will y'all hold Pastor Jeff's hand? Get little man in there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Michael?
Most gracious Heavenly Father, just thank you. Thank you for all the many blessings you bestow on each and every one of us, Lord. I just ask you to be with Miss Kathy as she's in the hospital, Lord. I just ask you to put that hedge of protection around her and just heal her, Lord. And just have your will and way with her, Lord. I just ask you to comfort Josh and Cody and Steve and all their wives and grandchildren and all of them together, Lord. I just ask you to be with each and every one of us as we go along here today. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Amen. Okay, just stand right here for just a minute. Pastor Jeff's going to do something, okay? Will y'all just stand here with Jeff as Jeff anoints the... You done it? Well, I didn't see that. I got to get on it, don't I? Guys, I'm sorry I threw this on y'all, but I just felt like the Lord would want us to stand in the gap for Miss Kathy this morning. Okay? All right, that's all we got. Okay?